Baking might seem like an intimidating skill to learn. However, there are so many recipes out there that you can create to make extremely tasty dishes for you as well as your family and friends. A year ago, I stumbled across a Twitter post with a picture of chocolate chip banana bread, and it left my mouth watering. After doing some research and talking myself into it because I'm a horrible baker, I decided to give it a try and combine two of my favorite sweets, chocolate and banana nut bread. If you all are just as enthusiastic about sweets as me, then I know you'll be up to the challenge for baking this delicious dessert. I have baked this dish before, and I will tell you that it will leave you wanting seconds and thirds. Before we begin, I will go over the ingredients as well as the correct tools and temperature for baking. For ingredients, you will need 3 to 4 ripe bananas. It's up to how much banana flavor you want. I cut them up and I put them in a bowl, and then I put them in here after I mash them with a fork. You also need sugar, light brown sugar, unsalted butter, 2 large eggs, vanilla extract, baking soda, salt, and then of course your chocolate chips and walnuts, or any nut you prefer. If you prefer not to use sour cream, that is one of the other ingredients, and you can substitute that for 2% Greek yogurt. It is important that you have a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan. You want to line it with parchment paper. If you don't have any, you can use any nonstick spray. Today I'm going to be using coconut oil spray, and it'll work just as fine. You also will need a whisk, some measuring cups like so, and something to measure teaspoons. We're only going to be using teaspoons. And then you will also need a little spatula, and that'll help you scoop it into the pan and then spread it out evenly. All right. As for the oven, we can go ahead and preheat it to 325, and I've already set it. Now that we have all the proper ingredients, let's get started and make some banana bread. For the sake of saving time, I have gone ahead and already mixed almost all of the ingredients. I have them all in a bowl right here, but I will still explain everything. First, you will get a small mixing bowl or any mixing bowl, and you're going to mix together 1.5 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. For this step, next we will grab a large mixing bowl, and that's where you're going to put 1/2 cup of melted unsalted butter. You can put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and you're going to mix that with 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And I used these two for that, and I used Land O'Lakes unsalted butter. Once that's all done, you put it all in the bowl, mix it. It takes a minute, but you're going to get a bit of a pasty texture. Once that's all done, it's time to add the bananas, the sour cream, and the vanilla extract to the sugar and the butter. And you're also going to be adding your eggs. So back to the bananas. I already did it to save time, but I dice my bananas up and I put them in a small bowl like this. And you could take a fork, you can see a bit of banana left. I take a fork and I push it down onto the bananas and mash it up like so. And it's really, really easy to get the job done fast. Once that's all done, you can go ahead and put it in the bowl with your sugar and butter. Then you will crack 2 large eggs and put that in the bowl, as well as 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 cup of sour cream, or your 2% Greek yogurt. And then after all that's done, don't forget the vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. We have 2 bowls after that. You should have the flour, the baking soda, and the salt in one, and everything else in the other bowl. You will move all the dry ingredients over to the wet, and you will take your whisk, and the trick is to kind of fold it in until you get more of like a thick paste. It kind of looks like thick pancake mix. And we save the best for last. And in this case, that's going to be your walnuts and your chocolate chips. So I have a lot of crushed walnuts here. You want to make sure they're super small. It'll help with the consistency and stuff. And you can put as much as you like in. I added a lot. So we'll go ahead and put those in. Perfect. Mix that up. And then for chocolate chips, I will be using Ghirardelli chocolate chips. It's my favorite brand. So we can go ahead and put a bunch of those in. Feel free, I would say about 1/2 cup would be good, but if you like extra chocolate, put as much in as you want. And we mix that up. All right. Once that's all done, it's time to load it into the oven. So what we're going to do is we take our mix. Oh, don't forget the cooking spray. So if you have parchment paper, you just line the bottom of it or take some spray. Just one coat should be just fine. And then we will take our mix and load it into the pan. A 9 by 5 inch pan. And at this point, you probably want to use a spatula. It'll be easier, so I'm going to grab my spatula and get out all the excess in the bowl. All right. Then it should be about halfway full. You want to take the spatula you have and spread it evenly. Make sure it cooks even. So just take it, run it across. Now this is my other favorite part. If you love chocolate just as much as me, you can go ahead and sprinkle some extra chocolate chips on top, just for a little extra chocolatey flavor. And this is what you have. So at this point, you're gonna load it into the oven and you're gonna bake it for about 45 minutes. And you're gonna check every once in a while with a toothpick. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in, and that's it for baking banana bread. Now that we've successfully baked our banana bread, it's time for the boring part, cleaning. I do hope that you will enjoy this recipe, so clean up that kitchen, but first have a slice of your new dessert. Today I demonstrated how to make banana nut bread. We learned all of the measurements of ingredients it takes to create the dish. We also learned what tools are necessary and the proper heat. I encourage each and every one of you to step out of your comfort zone and take on all kinds of baking recipes. Not only will you have exquisite treats to snack on, but speaking from personal experience, baking provides a way for me to mix up my life every once in a while, and I hope all of you can find the same happiness, whether baking a banana nut bread or whatever it is you like to do. Thank you.